Hi everyone, this is Leslie Ray. Welcome to Leslie Ray's Scrappy Gig. And I am delighted to join you today. It's June. This has been a monumental month for me. Not only was it my 1-year anniversary for Crafty Gig last month, but this week is my Scrappy Gig. For Scrappy Gig, I'm talking about special event scrapbooking and specifically working on my own wedding album. And this month, I will be married 20 years to the same person that I've known for 27 years of my life. So I think that's kind of special and fun, and I'm excited about it. Usually the first question we get is, are y'all going anywhere? Are you doing anything cool for your anniversary? Well, my husband is leaving town on Father's Day, and we'll be gone for a week. And so just seeing each other when he gets back is going to be our special. We'll probably do something a little later, but right now we're just going to kind of hang out and feed each other yummy food and enjoy each other's company. So, got a few more people trickling in. What I wanted to do was show you something fun that my friend Dee Dee sent me. Dee Dee Catron is from Wow Studio. That's her own thing. Let me pull that up there for you. And she has an Etsy store, and Wow Studio is her her actual blog and website. And she heard we were talking about handmade embellishments, and that is what her store is. Now, I have lots of really cool people who entered some stuff for our challenge for Scrappy Gig, and we'll get to drawing that later. But I wanted to show you what you get in the kit. She has monthly kits, and they're very cool. She has one of these in there, this one, little crochet flower. This is June's kit. She has these roses that she's handcrafted for you, and they're just gorgeous. And they're really made out of some really sturdy paper. I don't know, can you hear? You know how I like to flick the paper? Listen. Can you hear it? Can you hear how flicky it is? It's got a really good texture. Very pretty. And like this kit has these roses. And you can, what the cool thing is I went snooping around on our Etsy. You can buy some craft roses that are just craft and fix them up yourself. You know, mist them and do all kinds of fun stuff with them. So those came in the kit for June. You get this cool peony flower. It's very fun. Isn't he cool? I know, craft roses. I know, right, Mom? And I love this. The sun. It's all nice and pretty. And then, let's see. This is the fun part, is what's in the other things. I love this. This is very cool. It's made out of, like, some muslin and string. A little banner. Mine. So, this is very cool. This comes in the kit for June. And I think Dee Dee's going to come in if she's, I know she's planning on being here, because I know what the question is going to be. The question is, how much is the kit? And off the top of my head, I don't know. If somebody will go onto her Etsy store for me, I'm sorry. I should have looked that up before I got on. But if somebody will go to the Etsy store and look that up for me. But there's this little nest. Any cute little nest? Very cool. And it comes with eggs. There's 3 eggs. They're little quilled eggs. They're very cute. There's all 3 eggs in the nest. I know, it is a nice kit, isn't it? And then you'll get a kite with string. It's a kite with string. And I love that she has it nice and covered on the back. I know, let's go fly a kite. The kite is very cute. And it matches all the colors. And then these lovely butterflies that are on like corrugated cardboard. And little buttons. It's the never-ending kit. There's so much cool stuff in it. And then, let's see if I get him in here. You get a little resin owl. And you can buy some of these resin pieces separately. But there's the owl and the little flowers that you can get with it. I think those are very cool. And then this is fun. This is also in the bag. These are little clouds, and they're very cute. Because some of the clouds you get are cardstock, so you could do, do your own mists and sprays on these again, or leave them plain, however you wanted to. So you get a couple of cardstock ones, and you get a couple that are cut from doilies, like that, to go with your kite. And then you get some that are cut out of book paper. These are like this on one side. Let's see, I'll pull those out. $18 for the whole kit. Oh, I know, and the clouds are so cute. And a lot of these things you can buy like what we call a la carte, one at a time. So if you want things like that a la carte, just go check out, because like I know I would like more butterflies, and I definitely need some craft roses, because y'all know me and my craft. Thanks, Mommy. So, but some of this I might use tonight, because there's a couple of things on here that I think would go good with the colors of my wedding, and some of my wedding stuff. So I was very tickled that I got this yesterday. Like I said, she does them one each. She does a new one each month, but then she has tons and tons. If you look on our website, she has tons and tons of flowers that she's made. They are very well made. I love, and they hold together really well, and very nice. And her flowers are just gorgeous. When she was talking about it, and she was telling me about all of her different flowers and things. So if you don't want to do it yourself, you can go buy some that looks like you did it yourself. Probably the most delicate thing is the little bird nest in the whole thing. Right, and they're lots of fun. So I was very thrilled when I opened it. So I hope y'all go and check it out. I know that, like I said, you can buy some things a la carte. And then other things, I think you can only get in the kits. So, but I know you can get nests and eggs by themselves if you need a nest and an egg. I know. Well done, Dee Dee. I was very proud of her. And, like, she only makes like 10 kits a month. Some things I know she said she could make more of. I know her first kit was a kind of a limited edition one. So it makes it really special. And, so check it out. Put that back up again one more time. At Wow Studio and umwowstudio.etsy.com. So very good, very good. Yes, she, I think Fab said she won something today. She did win something. And then she told me she was announced as a finalist in the May Arts thing also. So we want to congratulate her for that. So, yes, well done, Dee Dee. Well, my wedding album is right here. As you can see, this is a very old bag, and here is all the pictures that we chose to purchase out of the wedding album. And I have been collecting, though, for 14 years, maybe longer, because I have some basil paper that they don't carry anymore, like this lovely lilac, and these were the precise colors of my wedding album. Bluegrass, that's bluegrass. There's, as you can see, there's lots of dust on the papers. Thankfully, I had them in a container. And what color is this? Ah, I think you can still get baby pink. Baby pink. Very pretty. And this is my favorite part is, oh, shoot. Who knew that? You'll see that? Can you see right here along the edge here? Apparently baby pink, close to my heart, is color fast. We won't be using that part of that piece of paper, right? So that's how old these are, guys. If you're familiar at all with Close to My Heart, you know they don't make... No, it's not edged like that. Wouldn't that be great if it was? It's not edged like that. Come on. Focus for me, baby. Let's see. Come on, camera. There we go. Focus. Who's old? It's because I'm old, Fab. I was 23 when I got married. You do the math, babe. Focus on this picture. So, I mean, I've had this paper for a while. Focus on this picture. Come on, camera. Play with us tonight. There we go. So, and when I got it, I got the inks. You'll be so proud I did it right. I got the inks, and I got the re-inkers even. And I bought itty bitty eyelets and Lovely Fibers. Y'all remember that company? And I even bought a special punch that I put in here and never used. Got fuzzies on it. Ooh, and ribbon. Ribbon. Yeah, right. And I have confetti from MJ Designs. Is this not hilarious? And an old EK Success bell punch. So, I know, right? So, this is how long this has been coming. A while. And I even bought a stamp set that I really, really liked that I wanted to use with this and all that kind of stuff. Well, the stamp set I've since pulled out. And the, You always wanted that one. Some of the tools and toys I pulled out from time to time. And occasionally, I think this box originally had some white paper in it and some vellum in it as well. And I will use these in doing my album because these are the colors in my wedding. And I will definitely use them, and I will use some other things. Probably will not use all of that for the bases of my wedding stuff, but I will get it used. And I will use some of it tonight because, you know, I did. Yes, and I have tons of journaling to create. Lots of stories, and it'll be fun doing it, you know, the 20 years later album. But I wanted to talk to you a minute because at this point, these pictures are already 20 years old. Right? So we have 20-year-old photos that we have to deal with. And I remember them when I first got them. I have one that's been out in public for 20 years. That is, this is a magnet back that my mom made for me years ago. And it's moved with me. It's been to different jobs with me. And it's just old. Are they, yeah, Kodak. So, yeah. I know, isn't that great? So there's lots of fun stuff going on here. And this was a snapshot that one of my friends took, and it's also Kodak. Yeah, Kodak really ages well. Kodak is super good. And I love the texture on this paper. You notice it's kind of a soft gloss. It's not super shiny, but it's not matte either. Now here's my dilemma. Do I want to use these as is, or do I want to cut them up? No. No, don't cut them up. Well, you'll be glad, Mommy. I started a long time ago scanning these. And I have most of them scanned. I have quite a few scanned. Absolutely, make copies. Because I can't replace these. Yes, I need to put these in just a plain album, just by themselves. This is somebody's artwork. These are numbered because these are what were in the, whatchamacallit, the album. So if I wanted, you know, number 82. These are a weird size. These are all 5x5. Give us a show. So I didn't want to cut these up. So these are going to go back in the little lovely bag. Give us a show. You want to go back to my wedding? This is Bill's family. He got to have his great-grandmother there. He got to have his grandfather there and his step-grandmother there. And, of course, his mom and dad and his aunt and his brother. It was really cool. I know. And see, this is how cute we were. We're still pretty cute, aren't we? We want to see. That's me looking all Southern Belle in my hat. I got married in a hat. Wasn't that great? That's me looking pensive. The funniest picture. Hang on. Let me see if I can find it. Because I didn't print it out for you guys. Yes, I did make the hat. And my mommy made my dress. Let's see. I'm looking. They put Oreo cookies on the back of our car those don't come off. I'm just saying. We went through the car wash 6 times, and we had to get out and scrape it. Okay, here we go. This series of pictures here. Okay, if you know my parents, there's something very distinctly missing from them in these pictures. And my mom hates posed pictures, so you know she's dying on the inside there, okay? But in this picture, my mom and dad, they're not wearing their sunglasses. And it was a very bright day. Very, very bright day. And I know. And so, yeah, we have this picture of my parents. And any other time you saw my parents, they had glasses on. Specifically, they had sunglasses on when they were out in the sun. And none of us, and the photographer made them take their glasses off. And so, you know, we're all staring into the sun, and it was very bright. It was very hot, because this is, you know, end of June in the gardens. And even though I got married at like 10 in the morning, it was still freaking hot outside. They were not upset in any scope of the imagination. It was just, we're all staring into the sun, you know, and it's crazy. It was crazy hot out there. I thought I was melting. I was surprised I had this much makeup still left on my face for the after pictures. But anyway, so as a wise woman told us during National Scrapbooking Day, do not, you know, go cutting into your originals. So my 20-year-old pictures are going back into their little happy hole. So what I did instead was I scanned. Scanning is your friend. Get a good scanner. And I have this Premium Plus photo paper. And look, I found some that is a soft gloss. It was beautiful, Cheryl, and I loved it. It was out in the Botanic Gardens. Get some soft gloss paper, because this is going to mimic that texture that I loved. Okay? And I scanned at the highest resolution I could scan at, and with the best stuff. And let me pull up, and now I'm going to share with you what I did next, okay? I brought this in to my Office Picture Manager. Now, Office Picture Manager is a very simple program. You can scan whatever. This is my scan. If I wanted to, you know, I have all my photos that I can run through this also. And you scan your image. You don't even have to name it anything. I just have it there. But so you see all my scans. And this is what I scanned that day. And this is especially important if you're doing something old like this that you don't want to ruin. You definitely don't want to ruin. And you can see on this one, I even scanned it. If you look at the side here, you can even see the matting that went with this. I have a ton of Bill's grandmother's photos. Everybody was like, you know, when they were splitting up stuff for Granny, they're like, what do you want? And I said, I want the photos. I want the memories. And so this is gorgeous. I plan to learn more, both from my mom and from just reading about some Photoshop properties and stuff. But I'd like to bring this back up, because you see this has lots of discoloration, like across her dress and stuff. And part of that is the way the light is picking up the lace. But part of that's just the age of the photo. So when you scan something like this, you can fix those kinds of things, right? So is everybody seeing what I'm seeing? Good. So that's one thing I wanted to tell you there. The other thing is this is an excellent way to then take all of these photos and print them however you want to print them. So when I went to print them, I went into my printer, and I have a couple of printers to choose from. I'm just going to use my regular DeskJet. And this is so simple, because if I want it to be the same shape as it really is, I tell it to not fit frame or picture to frame. You see that? Does everybody see the print picture screen? Okay. And I tell it not to fit picture to frame. So that maintains the integrity of the shape of the photo. And so if I want it to be the exact same size, like maybe I want to make some pictures to send to my parents and Bill's parents and make them a quick flippy frame, I can do 5x7 because those pictures were 5x5 square. And so that will give me 5x5 if I tell it not to fit the picture in the frame. And in this program, I can tell it I want multiple ones. So it will give me however many copies of a picture I want. So that's one thing you can do. The other thing is you can change the shape. Maybe I want them to be 4 inches square. Or maybe for one of my projects that I did with my wedding photos one time, I made a bunch of them be this wallet size. And then I also made them fit in the frame so that they were bigger, like that. So you can do a lot of fun different things with that one picture in this program. For my specific purposes of this, I did some 5x7s of this photo. And I believe I even turned it. Let's close this one again. I want to turn it so that it will let's rotate it, because by rotating it, then I will get a long picture. So when I tell it I want to print this one, and I tell it fit in picture, I get a long picture. And that's what I did for the picture that, well, I didn't do it for tonight, but I will do it for the front cover of my album. I'll do a picture like that. But I did do one like this one for tonight to do a page that is, you know, front and focus center kind of a thing. So if you, and you don't have to do just one picture at a time. If you want to, you can do multiple pictures at a time. You can select as many as you want to print and print them all in one shoot and match. Or you can just print one and then turn your paper around and print the other side. So here's some of the pictures I printed that I wanted to work with. And like the boys, I brought them back down to 4x6 because I want to do a picture of those two together because they're pretty funny. Bill and Rodney are a hoot and a half. And then I did one of my mom and dad and me and Bill. And I did this one in a 5x7 size because it's going to be 5 inches square. That will be the focus of that page. And same with Bill with his grandma. And then here's one of the big long ones. And that's where Bill and his grandma got cut off, so I had to reprint it. And then I did these. And notice the softness of the picture is very similar to the actual photos that I have. And that's what's so special about this premium paper in the semi-gloss, the soft gloss. It's just fabulous. So, does anybody have any questions so far? Any thoughts, comments? Nope. Okay. Now, so that's how I got my photos that I wanted to use. Now, not in this case, but in another area, I have some pieces of memorabilia that I also want to deal with for my project. And I pulled out, I thought I did. I wanted to show you real quick how to make a encapsulation for them. Sorry, I thought I had what I needed. Let me grab. Hang on a second, guys. I thought I could reach it from here. I can't. Okay. Now, the easiest way, because these things are 20 years old or older, the easiest way to deal with them, besides making a scan and printing it back out, if you really want the original of something and you're worried about whether it's acid-free or not, get yourself some acid-free sheet protectors. Okay? And these I just bought at Staples. This is the joy of doing 8.5 by 11, is I can do my acid-free, stuff from, the right size. I don't have to have specially sized sheet protectors when I get done with my my layout. I just stick it in my 8.5 by 11. But you don't have to use your specialty 12 by 12 sheet protectors, because they make 8.5 by 11. They make 5 by 7. They make all kinds of sizes of sheet protectors. All you need is to find one that'll fit what you have. If it's a 5 by 7 thing and you want to put a 5 by 7 thing in it, perfect. It'll fit there just straight in. But let's say it's an odd size. Let's say you want to put in here, I'm going to cut this off. Let's say you have a clipping. Let's pretend this is a clipping out of a book. Okay, we have a clipping. This is going to take the place of our clipping. What you want to do is measure the size of your clipping. Okay, my clipping is 3.5 inches wide, and it's not quite 8.5 inches long. So I want to make a protector to go around this that's just a smidge bigger. Now, because this is not quite 8.5, I could use this little bitty edge that's already stitched for me, and then I would only have to encapsulate it on 1 or 2 sides. But if it was, let's pretend it's not already that good. Let's pretend you're going to have to encapsulate it on all 4 sides. So what you have is a piece of plastic that you're going to cut the size you need. And since this is going to be 8.5, I'm going to cut this off real quick, just so it'll fit my trimmer better. And you can do this for any kind of memorabilia. One of the cool things that I found while I was doing stuff where I wanted to use the original is some letters and receipts and things like that. If I want to go in and do a really good accounting of what actually was paid for the wedding, I can do that with all of my receipts and stuff. Because I'm going to show you how to do encapsulation on all 4 sides, I'm going to cut off this this side here. Okay. And I'm going to use some miracle tape here. And I'm going to use some really thin miracle tape. I'm going to grab that while I'm thinking about it. I'm going to use my Miracle tape that's 1/8 of an inch wide. Okay. So I don't have to, I told you it's about 3.5. So if I cut it to 4, that will be more than plenty of room for the encapsulation. Okay. And I want to do it long. So I said it was not quite 8.5. So I want to take off, I'm taking off inches that, because I'm going to cut this the other way, the other direction. Okay, here we go. And I've been giving my my cutter a workout, so I need to cut some less stiff stuff with it. And sheet protector cuts really, really well in like the ones that slide also. So now I have 2 pieces of sheet protector that are going to serve as our encapsulation, right? And normally my cutter would cut really well right here, and where it kind of boogered it, I'm just kind of cutting it. So there we go. All right, now to encapsulate, get your acid-free tape. Okay. Now here's one of my pieces. Here is my article. Well, you can't see that, can you? Here's one of my pieces. Here's my article. Okay. Now, on the other piece, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a boundary. And I love that this Miracle tape comes in this 1/8 inch size, because this way I don't have to have a big wide boundary. When I was doing this, I used to work for a museum and an art gallery both, and the thinnest tape we had was 1/4 inch tape, and so all of your encapsulations had a 1/4 inch. I can't tell you how thrilled I am that I can do this with 8 inch tape, or 1/8 inch tape, 1/8 inch tape. But this is also what we would do for gallery pieces, when we would have something that we wanted to use in an exhibit, but we didn't want it to risk contaminating other things, or being contaminated by other things. We would encapsulate. So and I'm just lining up my tape on my plastic. Okay. Is everybody with me? Is everybody with me? Did I lose? Hello? Okay, I'm with me. Anybody else here? Hello? Okay, since nobody's answering me, I'm thinking my chat went wonky on me. Ah, there we go. How weird is that? Okay, hi guys. I don't know what happened to my chat. I like even typed to you and everything. Okay. So everybody understands what I'm doing here with the encapsulation business, right? Yeah, that one went wonky crooked. And what I like about this miracle tape is when I go crooked like that, I can re-grab it with and straighten it back up. So, last piece of tape. You would very much, if you're doing a shaker box or bag, you could very much do this. Now, depending on how handy you are with a sewing machine, you could sew an encapsulation pouch. Or if we had used just the end of the sheet protector, like I mentioned you could have done, then you could have taken and just taken your sewing machine and stitched across the top of it. Okay? So now what I want to do is pull off part, not all, part of what I'm going to use these for. So I'm going to pull off the bottom, and I'm going to line up the bottom first because that is my shortest piece. Okay? Ah, okay. Thank you, Jen. See, folks, you check in. No, I'm kidding. I'm teasing. Alright, so I put that piece there. Now I'm going to pull off this side. And I want to grab that piece of plastic there that I had... Actually, I'm just going to trim it. That piece right there was where I had trimmed off the booger piece and it stayed. So, now, yes, with this tape you see a little bit of residue. And that's okay. Now, I want to pull off my second short side because this will be easier to stick my piece in than trying to stick it all the way down into the long length of it. Sticking that down, so that's covered. Okay. Sticking my article in here. And because I used the thinner tape, my article has plenty of room. Okay. Yes, you can do seal-a-meals, or this. You do it with the sheet protector. I've seen people do seal-a-meals. Can you seal-a-meal a sheet protector? So now your article out of your newspaper, even after spraying archival mist on it, if you still wanted to, you could stick it in a sheet protector like this. Yes, all the lignin has been sealed. All of the stuff. So, this is our pretend article. Alright? Bad lignin. I use this technique a lot for taking care of small clippings and things. I use this a lot when I was taking care of scrapbooks for the library and different things. I could put the clipping in here and not spend $65 or however much it is now. Good night, Fab. I hope you have a good night. So, this is a lot cheaper than a thing of archival mist, just to keep the original intact. Now, how would I handle it? I would take my article and scan it and print it off for the prettiness of my photo album, but then I would do some encapsulated ones, especially if I was doing a book with my heirloom stuff. Okay, so there's that. Does anybody have any questions? Now, I want to take my big picture. Alright guys, here it goes. The big picture. Are we ready? I don't know if I'm ready to do this. It's been a long time collecting. See my bouquet? It has all the purples and the pinks and everything in it. Okay, so I trimmed that. I think what I want to do is double mat this. And I am using the papers that I collected. And because the whole album is going to be done in these papers, there's that matting. There's the pink for matting. Actually, I kind of like that. The pink with a little bit of blue hanging out beside it. So, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a page with the 5x7. So, probably what I will do for continuity for the whole album is have a very, very thin mat around all my pictures, just for continuity, and they will all be pink mats, so that this little thinness will go around all of them. And I might even make it just a smidge thinner. I don't know. That's a good size. I like that size. Okay. So when I sit down and print all these out for all of my pages, now I'm gonna make it a little bit skinnier. All of them will have this thin pink mat, and I'll figure out just now what size, because I do like that size. I like it skinnier. So I'm going to use my my tape runners and my glue dots to glue most of these down. And this is not the first page in the album, but it's going to be one of the focal pages. And what I'll do is, how I'll handle it is, I'll have a couple of pages that are focal pages where I have made the picture big, like this. And then I'll have several pages that are the story pages where I have told a little bit about where we came from, who these people are in these pictures, and that kind of stuff. So when I first announced this was what I was doing, I quickly learned that I was not alone. That I was thinking surely I was the only one who had not scrapbooked my own wedding out of the whole world. And there were many people who rallied to my support of being people who had not done their scrapbook. Now that Fab has gone away, I can go on and not gut these. Shh, don't tell Fab. I'm pretty sure he will know. Because he knows me. But yeah, don't tell Fab. There we go. Thanks, Cheryl. See, I'm not alone. That makes me very happy that I'm not alone. And what I'm doing is I've decided the perfect mat size is to line this up beside this line on my cutter. And that's going to be my gauge to get this the right width. So there we go. And I love it. I love how pretty that is. Okay, so that's one I want matted. I want to go ahead and cut a couple of these and mat them while I'm here, so I can be done cutting for you guys. This paper, I don't know if you can tell how I'm working with it. Listen. See how nice, and it's got a good waffleability to it. That happened to my mom and dad, Jen. Were you married in Mississippi in the 60s? Oh, wait a minute. No, you weren't, because you told me you've been married 20 years. Yeah. Mom and dad's pictures are all lost. I was doing a project for my photography class, and I used the only picture of my mom in a wedding dress in it. It's a very, very, very special wedding dress. But the photography studio burned down. So maybe that's a way to longevity or something. Because, you know, mom and dad have been married forever. So mom was 23 when she had me, and I know they were married a couple of years before that. She'll have to come back and tell you how long she's been married. It's been a long time. And she's been married twice. To the same man twice. But she was married once in the Methodist church and once in the Catholic church. And so they have 2 anniversary dates. And I always thought it would be cool to like add them together so she could have a, you know, a golden and all of that. But she can't be too far from a golden if I'm 43. So Bill's great-grandparents had their 70th wedding anniversary, and we're very close to having their 75th. I'm cutting in and out. I'm sorry. I may be mumbling. I'm sorry if I'm mumbling. He was really 23? Cool. Yes, Bill is a whole 6 months younger than I am. I married a younger man as well. He's like 70. Does he know that, Jen? Oh, okay. Alright, this paper, just so you know, if you see me stop and just like, you know, fondle the paper, it feels very, very rich. Very rich. It feels so good. And it's just a yummy texture. Yeah, X way older than you all the time. That's okay. Bill acts way younger than me all the time. So. And I love scanning these and making them my own size. Because, you know, at the time when I bought these, it wasn't a matter of if we stayed together. It was that I just didn't know how I wanted to do them, you know? I knew I wanted to use the colors from the wedding. I knew that. That was a duh. But I didn't know if I wanted to, you know, double mat them, single mount them. You know, I didn't know all that. I just knew I wanted pictures and pretty colors. So sometimes it's hard. And see, now I probably wouldn't have done even 6. Well, I know what I was playing with when I first got them and first got my stamps to go with them. I definitely would not have scrapbooked like this then. No, it doesn't seem like 20 years. I still can't. You're talking to the woman who can't believe my baby is 6 and a little lady. She went to work with me this morning so my boys could go and mow grass and get some of their stuff getting ready for camp without her in the middle of it. And so I could spend a little time also with her before she goes to Camp Grammy Papa. You know, I'm sitting here watching her at lunch, and she's, you know, having a conversation about, you know, birds and just chirping along herself and being quite the little lady with me at lunch with my boss. And, you know, and then my son, he's taller than my mom. I'm like, when did you grow a foot? You know? When did you grow so tall? And, you know, they're just getting out of control of how tall they are. And what was really weird is, you know, that means we've been in the same house for 17, 18 years. That's even weirder. Hi, Fancy Pants. And, you know, that's a wow moment, too. So, yeah, we were talking the other day about, you know, so-and-so has a grandchild, and they're all young and ittle-bitty and themselves, and
Look at some.
I better not have grandchildren for at least another 10 years.
Were you skinny when your dad get married?
Yes, Sam, I weighed less. Thanks. Thanks for noticing.
No.
The question was, Mom, were you skinny when you were going to get married? I was skinnier
than everyone.
No, not than everyone. I know, isn't she sweet? So, she just came back from her ball game and for going to the grocery store with Dad.
I saw Miss Mac right there.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
You get to follow it.
So. I guess the person we should ask is the husband, if it feels like 20 years to him.
He finally got married.